I just want to say this really quickly about false allegations because a lot of men will use this, and even women will believe this because it's said so often.
I have a stance on this that seems to irk a lot of feminists. Firstly, I don't want anyone to be assaulted. Secondly, I don't want anyone to have false allegations towards them. Thirdly, anyone who does get assaulted or have false allegations towards them, I want them to get justice. I know. How terrible of me. But I can't understand the push of this narrative of telling people that false allegations are just nothing to worry about. They harm innocent people. Not just the accused, but real victims. I'm not going to talk about it in this video. I'm going to show a few friends. It will come from their mouths, not mine.
No man that's not a predator worries about this. This is just simply a fact.
This guy clearly doesn't know what a fact is. Michelle, you're up.
Patrick Brown, a man wrongly convicted of rape, released after 29 years in prison. Honey Long, who spent 44 years in prison before being exonerated for false rape accusations. Anthony Broadwater, a man in prison for 16 years after being falsely accused of rape. Gerard Canoballias, who spent over 28 years in prison for falsely being accused of rape. The three men who were falsely accused of rape by the same woman, Eleanor Williams, confessed that at one time all three men had considered unaliving themselves before being exonerated, and now she is currently serving 9 counts of perverting the course of justice. Andrew McCallison said he spent years on guard against every threat, 17 years counting down the minutes to lock up so he could be behind his door and safe for other prisoners, was freed after being wrongly locked up for rape. Brian Banks, who at the age of 17 was tried as an adult and who spent 6 years behind bars. The only reason his conviction was overturned is because his accuser confessed to Brian and his legal team that she had lied. The infamous mattress girl who carried around a mattress wherever she went as a performance art project called Carry That Weight, representing the man who she claimed raped her on campus. Her mattress stunt was pronounced one of the most important artworks of the year, and she was honored by the Feminist Majority Foundation and other groups, only to be discredited after the man she accused was exonerated, although he is still seen as a rapist in the media.
I'm a man, I'm almost 50 years old, I'll be 47 this year. I've never in my entire life been worried about a false allegation. I don't know a man who does not try to coerce women into bed.
That sounds more telling on the company that you're keeping than what all men are like.
Whether they like it or not, whether that be with charm, alcohol, whining, crying, pushing, it's only men who want to get it no matter what that are concerned, because what they're trying to do is make sure that when they kind of coerce or threaten or push and get it, that then the woman might realize that she was actually assaulted and then say something and they want to take that away.
Next up is Squirrely, and listen up, because this isn't a man pandering to what women want to hear. This is a woman telling you what she's basically experienced.
Who here remembers Modern Warrior and that whole saga? Or the numerous other male TikTok creators who predominantly focus on female content, female gear content, who turned out to be wolves in sheep's clothing? I do. I know in internet years that was forever ago, but my memory's not that short. You know what they all had in common? They all pandered to their female audiences. They all told them what they want to hear, reinforced their beliefs, their negative beliefs about men. All men are terrible. You have a right to be afraid. False allegations aren't rare. You're a beautiful goddess, angel, person thing, and men are horrible. All men except me. And here we have another example. The reason why this example pisses me off more than some of the other examples is because he's talking about false allegations, which he absolutely knows nothing about. I do. I mean, I'm only writing a book about it. But not only that, but as a victim myself, because I was drugged and AR'd when I was 16. So I actually do know what I'm talking about, because I've been in victim spaces my entire life, the past 18 years. Having been in all those spaces, I can comfortably say that I have actually met more people who've lied about it and admitted to lying about it than I have met actual victims. And the majority of people lying about it are women. Now, that's not to say all women lie. Most women don't, but a large enough percentage of them do, that the credibility of the people who have actually been victimized is forever called into question. It's the boy who cried wolf. Most of the women I know who lied about it to either one of two things. They either did it to punish someone else, so they weaponized an accusation to ruin someone's life or punish someone, or to get out of trouble. I don't condone either of them. But only someone whose credibility has never been called into question because of false allegations can afford to be so casually dismissive. Oh, it's not that big of a percentage. It actually is quite a big percentage. The percentage that you always love to quote, the 2 to 5%, is only those accusations proven false during the course of a criminal proceeding. It does not include civil disputes. It does not include false allegations proven to be false during the course of police investigation. None of that. And then, to make matters even worse, the people who do the false accusations, who make them, are almost never punished for it. Maybe if we started punishing people who make false allegations, they'd stop doing it. And then, and only then, would the people who have actually been victimized feel comfortable coming forward. Because I can't tell you how many victims I talked to, myself included, who tried to come forward and were told, you're making it up. We were accused of lying. We were accused of lying because it happens so often. Now, lots of people have made videos about this guy, friends of mine included. I'm a little bit more irked than they are. That said, ladies, if you've made it this far and you're all getting ready to be frothed at the mouth because what do you know? Any man who panders to you, tells you what you want to hear, gratifies everything you think, and reinforces this idea that men are to be feared except for them, is not doing it for any good reason.
Long story short, don't we all want the same thing? Real victims to get real justice. And to do so, it would help if they get believed more. So I find it a bit of a weird narrative to downplay something like false allegations, which has a harmful impact on the people that need to be believed. Just saying.